I wonder how much it hurts.
I know. I wonder too. I guess it depends on where they get stung. But in the
Yeah.
face, you would think it would be uncomfortable. It's like when you bite like the inside of your cheek and then it's swollen, then you keep biting it.
Ah,
I bet you it's like
yeah.
that for them. They're probably just like, what the heck? Why do I keep
I can see my nose.
why my nose so big? Get it off. Get
they're
it
like
off.
they're like cross-eyed.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. You
Hello.
ready to boopity snoots?
Welcome. I'm ready to boopily snoots. Welcome to Let's Boop
I'm
Snoots.
Heidi.
My name and I'm Vero.
Oh, and today we have got a show.
And today today we're going to take you swimming with Ralph.
Oh, and talk about
Ooh.
the most Googled doggo searches.
Yeah. What to do.
What to do? The what ifs. The
what
my
ifs.
my dog just
Did this. My dog just did that.
yeah.
Panic. Don't panic.
Don't panic. Don't panic. Definitely don't. So
this weekend,
mm-hmm.
we brought Ralph to a nice, calm lake in the county.
Mm-hmm.
And we brought his little life jacket, which I'm not sure if he would have needed, but we put it on anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And he went into the water.
Oh my goodness. And?
Yeah. So me and my boyfriend, we got into the water as well. We brought our bathing suits this time. And he pretty much like followed us in. So it was kind of funny because he was like paddling really hard at first and the water was going everywhere and he was trying to bite the water.
I love it when they do that.
While he was swimming. And then at some point he like realized that he could actually float.
Oh.
So it was a little bit more calm. But it's funny because he would get into the water a little bit
Mm-hmm.
and then he would like jump in. So I think he's going to be like a good dock diver.
Ooh.
Yeah, he would like jump and dive in.
That's what Becky used to do. So big, but I have a video. We should post it eventually. Did I tell you about this when we went to the Pet Expo one year and they had dock dogs there, which is this like mobile service. It's like this huge like truck and they go out to all different events and they have like they roll it out and it's like this long narrow like size of like a tractor trailer sort of pool and they can set up wherever they decide to go. So they were at this Pet Expo and Becky, like every time we go to the cottage, it's you open the door to the car and she goes running out and jumps right off the dock into the lake. Like it's like like we should have GoPro'd that at one point. It would have been hilarious, but it's what she does. Like it's the first thing she's in the water. But as she's gotten a bit older, she doesn't go jumping off as much. But anyways, back in her younger days when this was like her thing, I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna sign her up for dock dogs." But I guess she had performance anxiety. So I was like, come on, Becky! Come on, Becky! Come on! Trying to get her all excited. And I don't know, she knew the water was there and there was just so much distraction, right? Like people, noises, screaming, people like cheering for. But eventually she jumped off, but it was like the most like piddliest, belly like flop. Little like embarrassing jump. And everybody was like, yay! Because she like finally did it. It was like super cute.
I'm going to bring Ralph next time.
Yes,
they have it.
Yes.
Oh, maybe. It's in October usually, right?
Well,
for September?
Yeah, it is if it's going on. But I bet you could even like just look up dock dogs and see where they're going in the area. Yes. Yes, to dock dogs.
I'm sure he would dive.
I think it was like $10 or whatever to sign up. And there's like longest jump and like deepest dive and like quickest like retrieve if you're like throwing stuff in. Highest jump. Like they have like yes, it's very fun.
Coolest puppy.
The puppos.
Coolest puppy to Ralph.
So he was able to like he got comfortable in the water pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then our friend that was there said that we shouldn't do it too long for the first swim because they can sprain their tail.
What?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know
it happened to her dog the first time they took her swimming.
Oh.
Because they they use it to balance themselves, right?
Oh, okay. And if they're not
So
used
she
to,
said the next day, yeah, they're not used to it. So you should start off like just a little swim at first and then extend
and I think if
the length of time.
And I think if they're having a good experience too, it's the same thing. It's like you're ending on a high note, nothing bad happens, and they want to go swimming again, like the next time.
Yeah.
Mind you,
Yeah.
Goldens are pretty like notorious for loving the Vatsa.
Yeah. So now we're
Zivasa.
like, we got a water dog now.
That's awesome.
Yay.
I mean, it's awesome until it's not awesome.
Until you see a muddy
A
puddle.
big, muddy, like puddle full of poop and pee. And they're like, let's go swimming. And you're like, no! That's Becky.
Hopefully he avoids those.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Becky, the closest puddle at the dog park, she will go and lay in it like a friggin' pig. I'm not kidding you. She just goes and plops down right in the middle of it. And it's like the most disgusting puddles like that you could imagine or find. It's crazy.
Wiggum would pee in them.
Oh, yeah? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Some
Ralph avoided them last time, but we'll see now that he likes the water.
Now that he's like, ooh, Zivasa. Ooh, Zivasa.
Splish splash.
Ralph Phelps. Yeah, the
extra long arms.
Gibbon, it's so funny, and I think I've said this before too, like whenever I look at like Wimes, I got Gibbs right next to me here. Hey, buddy.
Aww.
And this is my Gibbon slap, everybody. Oh, yeah, doggy. My big beefy dog slaps. So when I look at videos of Weimaraners, I find there's ones that swim like pros, like absolute like dog swimming pros, and then there's ones that are like crazy super awkward, and Gibbon is the latter of the two. It's like he's trying to climb out of the water and it's all like front paws and it's like panic in the face. Yes, he's like vertical and he's like, how do I climb out of it? I don't get it. And I think part of that is
what if he has a life jacket?
Well, that's what I'm gonna try. I think I might be curious to try the life jacket and see how he does, but he's a little bit spooked, and I think it's because, and I told the story before in the show, but for all of those who did not hear the story, I will retell. A friend of ours, Nicole, with her 2 golden retrievers, came up to the cottage, and we had Gibbs and Becky. And so literally one of her golden retrievers would not get out of the lake the entire time that we were there. Like literally like we were eating dinner and like Harper was sitting in the lake. Like she was just sitting there like, no, it's okay. I'm cool in the lake here. Like I'm just going to hang out in the lake the whole entire day. Anyways, but and when we first got there, of course, Becky goes running off the dock and the 2 Goldens followed her and we're all like, oh my God, like, yay. And like Becky kept jumping off the dock and we're like, yay, Becky, good girl, yay. Like, and then the Goldens would jump off. Yeah, girls, woo, yeah! Like we're all cheering and everything. And Gibbon's sitting next to me, and I can remember this so well. And thank goodness Nicole had her bathing suit on. I didn't. I'm standing at the dock. There's a little walk-in area next to the dock where it slowly, gradually gets deep, but it gets deep pretty quick. So when you jump off the dock, you're in deep water, and like I want to say 7 or 8 feet. So anyway, so we're cheering all the girl dogs on, jumping off the dock. Yay, good times. And I remember Gib he looks up at me and he looks into the lake and he just jumped off the dock. And I was like, oh my God. But it was like instant regret. And you could see the absolute panic. And then he was trying to climb up back onto the dock, but it was too deep and he couldn't get and he doesn't have dew claws even or anything. So nothing to anchor him. And he kept like swimming and it was like, you could see it was absolute panic. So Nicole had to go in and she saved Gibbon. She's like, oh, she's like, come here. Like I was trying to get him to come around to like where he could just walk out, but he couldn't figure out where to go. So I think that's what sort of spooked him. And it just sort of hasn't been the same ever since. But
yeah,
I've tried with
well, you can get like a life jacket with the handles and then you kind of just hold them.
Yeah, I think I might do that. But even like I tried even putting on the prong and like just slowly reintroducing, because like I said, it's like a gradual walk-in. So we just bring him out and he'll come off like just a bit and we try to coax him and we're like, yeah, good boy. But like he will not let his feet like leave the ground. Or if he does, it's like really quick, a couple of paddles and again like paws out of the water, splish splashing, because he's like, how do I climb out? I don't get it.
I don't get this.
Yeah, so he's very awkward and therefore not a water dog.
No.
Nope.
Maybe with a life jacket.
Yeah. Whereas Becky can literally swim for kilometers to the point where it freaks me out. And I call her back and then she just looks at me like, what? And then just like jumps back in again. Hey?
Oh,
Hey,
Becky.
my big little sinking beefcake. My anchor beef.
He's like a rock.
Maybe he's just too beefy to swim.
Maybe. I mean, his butt's not big, so it's not like it's weighing him down.
No, you would think with this Skeletor-like figure that he would just
He's
float
like
around.
a buoy.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh
with
my
his
goodness.
big chest.
With his big
just
chest.
floating.
Okay. Oh, you poor babies. Anyways. Well, I'm glad it was such a positive experience for Ralph.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a gentleman there saying, this gentleman said that he had golden retrievers for, I don't know, like 30 years. And he mentioned hotspots, that you have to be careful about hotspots. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's why like I make sure Ralph is dry after he gets wet, or even like after I wash him. And he's like, oh no, it's like this, like hotspots are caused by what they eat. So I was like, oh.
I'm going to image the hot spots because I've always heard the term, but I don't understand what it is.
Yeah. So it's like an area that gets like irritated. Oof. And then it gets like infected, and you have to like shave the area down and then just keep it dry.
Oh, okay.
Until it heals. So I always thought hotspot was just like an infected area, but then also like if your dog is wet, it can like irritate the skin and the moisture like kind of stays there.
Yep.
And irritates even more. And then it becomes like the spot that becomes infected, and then it grows and it's hard to get rid of. So that's pretty much what it is.
Oh, okay.
Not really caused.
And is there treatment or antibiotics or anything like that for it?
Yeah, there's like different things that you can put on it. I think I saw even like peroxide.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
And just like keeping it dry. I think like if you Google it, there's different things that you can put on. So it's not like you need to go to the vet for that. Mm-hmm. You can try different things first.
Oh. Another thing while the doggies are wet, or if you have a water dog, that you have to watch out for is the ears. They get ear infections. So you gotta make sure they're cleaning them out on the regular. The best way to, like I think I mentioned this before too, there's so many different solutions out there. There's ones with alcohol, without alcohol, there's natural stuff, there's non-natural stuff. I read online and I like to try different things out and see what works best for me in terms of usually cost and effectiveness are like my two go-tos there. And what I clean my dog's ears out with, and I've never had any issues, I got some gauze, I got some apple cider vinegar, and I go to town. Mm-hmm. It melts away the ear gunk like so fast. It works so well. And
it works.
And I've never, ever had any issues.
When I got Ralph, he had like a little bit of an ear infection. Mm-hmm. It looked like yeasty.
Yep.
And it only took like 3-4 days, and it was and it cleared up with apple cider vinegar.
I know.
I think it's like half and half with water.
Yes.
Yeah.
It works.
It smells funny.
It does smell funny.
Your dog smells funny for a little bit,
but ear infections smell funny too.
Yeah.
They can smell like really.
They smell funky.
Yes, they smell funky.
Funny and funky.
The funny funks? The funny funks?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Are we ready to head over to our googly searches?
Yes.
So I literally went into Google and just started typing in stuff like my dog just, and then like just clicked on everything, and it sort of can take you down a rabbit hole in a couple of different places. But one of the first things that came up that I saw was my dog just ate chicken bones. So when you look at that,
what to do?
And what to do, or what to do if my dog just ate chicken bones, like every single post says, take your dog to the vet. You need to contact your vet immediately. You need to go to the vet like immediately. And like the whole thing, like I've heard all the rationale behind it and stuff like that. But it's the same thing with like heartworm, I find. It's like one of those things where it's like they scare the living daylights out of you. But the incidence of it actually happening is like so like
Happening?
happening. I was like, do I correct myself? I'm gonna pretend like that didn't happen. Happening. The
Happen?
incidence of this happening is very low. It's very low. So I looked how many dogs die from ingesting chicken bones a year, and I could not find an answer anywhere.
Mm.
Could not find an answer. Doesn't mean there's
So
not one
I
out
know a
there.
dog that ate that ate chicken
Yes,
bones.
tell them.
Ate a whole, yeah. He ate Wigga, my previous dog, ate a whole roasted chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
The dish, the black plastic dish
He
it
ate
comes
that
in.
too?
No, but
Oh.
it was super clean.
I was like, holy damn, Wiggum. If he ate the plastic dish, oh my god.
But it was all gone, and he had diarrhea once, and that was it.
So, and it's
I didn't even see any bones come out.
yeah.
So I don't know
So that's
if he puked them somewhere.
I don't know if that's it either. So the whole rationale that people will tell you and scare you about is that the cooked chicken bones are brittle and they break easily and then they splinter into shards. So when it's going through the digestive tract, it can like literally rip open like their intestines and stuff like whilst being digested. So all the websites say call your vet like immediately. But some of them say watch your dog's stools for the next few days to make sure that they're being passed, and then just to monitor your dog for like any signs or symptoms of distress or like pain or like any of that. But like
it's like so Wiggum. So the next day after he ate the roasted chicken, we were at this like family event where they had like a massive backyard. So he might have gone somewhere and puked.
Yeah.
And I don't know. But I never saw the bones pass.
Yeah.
So
and
I always saw like he had them in his stomach for like 3 years.
And some people are like really freaked out by it because I can remember one of my husband's dad, he requires like 24-hour healthcare. So there's healthcare workers that live in their home with him. And one of them is like a super dog guy. And his wife is like a professional dog trainer. He's always been into dogs, very dog knowledgeable and savvy and everything like that. And when he started working for their family, they had this dog, Bowie, who was a border collie. And same thing, they had a roasted chicken one night and the carcass was left out on the table, and they came into the kitchen and Bowie had eaten like the remainder of like what was left of the chicken, and they were like, oh Bowie, oh my god, like, and Glenn was just like, oh my god, the dog's going to die tonight. He was like in a full-on panic, and like he was sort of like new to like the family at the time, so he said like he could not sleep the entire night that he was working because he was so worried about the dog, and that it was just like no big deal to like the rest of the family. They were just like, oh Bowie, bad dog, you like ate the chicken. But like he was just like convinced that the dog was going to like rupture its like stomach and intestines, and that like the dog would be dead by the morning, and he was like completely freaked out. He still talks about it and thinks it's just like the worst thing. But I think we discussed this before too, because when I was feeding Gibbon raw and we were buying from a local raw guy, he would give us chicken necks. And I was like, but aren't like chicken bones supposed to be bad? But when you look up on the googly search and it takes you down the my dog ate chicken bones rabbit hole, it talks about like whether it's raw with meat on or cooked with meat on. And then like, so the cooked ones definitely seem to be like the worst of the two because they're cooked and they splinter more easily.
Raw bones are okay.
And raw bones are okay. And so we were feeding our dogs chicken necks, and I remember asking him, like, aren't chicken bones supposed to be like bad for dogs? And he was like, no, like the chicken neck, it's like mostly cartilage in there. And so whenever we do turkey, like at Thanksgiving, what's coming up, we always give the turkey neck to our dogs.
Yeah.
And they freaking love it.
They do.
It is. It's like really disgusting. But
I have a bunch of chicken necks in my freezer.
Do you?
I do. We should have a chicken neck feast.
Oh my god, we totally should. My dogs love them. It's like a popsicle. Like in the summertime, they go outside and just go to town on it. But again,
bring them over. I think I have like 30 because when I got Ralph, I didn't know
how many
like how
pounds?
much I was actually
Yes, purchasing.
buying. And then I got there and it was like a bunch of chicken necks and I was like, wow,
That's a lot
it's
of
gonna
chicken
last a
nicks.
while. Yeah.
No, they love it. It's like a popsicle for them in the summer, but some people find it
Mm-hmm.
gross and that they have raw chicken all over the face, but we never had an issue with it.
No.
So, like, wipe down your dog's face and paws when they come inside,
Yeah.
not with Lysol. Don't Lysol your dog, everybody. Please don't. What do I do if I Lysol my dog? Google search it.
Wash them.
All right. Shall I look at the next big one that was on the list?
Yeah.
Was my dog just got stung by a wasp or a bee.
Oh.
Have you guys seen the photos? Everybody's seen the photos.
Yes. Oh.
Of the big swollen faces and the big. So there was all kinds of things down that rabbit hole. It was like, can you give them antihistamine? Like, again, like the first thing that always comes up, it's like, call your vet, and give them all your money.
Benadryl.
Grab your credit card and call the vet. But anyways, from what I saw on that search is that obviously depending, like you need to Google it. I didn't know that there was a poison control line for dogs. There is. I remember somebody.
I think I knew that.
I think
now that you say it.
Yeah. Somebody
I
told
don't
me
know if I
about
would
that
have
once.
remembered it though.
And I think they charge you for it though. Like if you actually, like I think they can put you through to a vet, but there's a charge for it. So again, grab your credit card and and start calling. But in terms of wasps or bees, like it even asks, like, does it affect small dogs more than it does big dogs? And is it capable of killing your dog? The answer was no, unless they have some like, which is like a
allergy.
Yeah, a crazy like allergy to it. So again, it said put baking soda and water. So it said pull out the stinger if there's a stinger. So get some tweezers and make sure there's not a stinger still stuck. Take that out. It said put baking soda and water on it. And then it said call somebody or Google basically about an antihistamine because some of them you can give to dogs. But you obviously.
I think you can give. I'm not even going to say because I'm not sure.
Okay. Were you going to say
I don't want people.
Were you going to say the B word?
The B word. I think you can.
Okay. But
I'm not sure.
I think Google it and see, because like there's a lot of people that are knowledgeable out there and they'll say what's safe and what's not. And you can, it's the beauty of La Jujel machine.
Jujel.
You can read people's reviews. You can
take out your Jujel device.
Your Jujel device and Jujel it. And you'll read a bunch of reviews and stories, and some will be horror stories and some will be like it was totally just fine, and then you can like make a decision on whether you want to take out your credit card and go to the vet or give a try of something. But again, whenever I think we did an episode on this once before about medications that are safe for your dogs and ones that are not, and the reasons why. So anytime you're going to try a home or over-the-counter med with your dog, I strongly recommend jujuling it and how much per pound
thoroughly
and stuff like that, because you have to take into account that these are like smaller beings than you and I.
Yeah.
So you got to take that into account.
They're kind of funny. Like they're funny looking when those dog pictures.
Oh my goodness.
With the big snoots, they look cartoon-like.
Yeah. So don't wait for it to happen. Just jujel like my dog got stung by a bee or a wasp, because the photos, as cruel as it is, because I'm sure it's like uncomfortable for them, they're hilarious because they look like cartoon characters. They look like there's like a filter on that's like totally warping their face. It's like, but it's like
they always go to like bite it, right? So it stings them right in the snoot.
Oh yeah, and they lick at it and they go nuts. So it was baking soda, water, but they said try to get some ice on it if you can, and then get them a little something.
I wonder how much it hurts.
I know, I wonder too. I guess it depends on where they get stung. But in the face, you would think it would be uncomfortable. It's like when you bite like the inside of your cheek and then it's swollen, and then you keep biting it. I bet you it's like that for them. They're probably just like, what the heck? Why do I keep?
I can see my nose.
Why my nose so big? Get it off. Get it off.
They're like cross-eyed.
Yes. Oh, the poor doggos. All right. The next one that I saw, which I found was like so weird because I don't know why people are like weirded out by this so bad, but it was my dog just stares at me. And there was like, what do I do? It's like, that's
They love
awesome.
you.
Exactly. But what's
Aw.
interesting is that in that Google search, a Google de Goo, it talked about how it's a way that they show affection, but it's also, and this comes down to body language again, which we were talking with Mr. Doggett about.
They're yeah, sorry.
No, no problem. But sometimes it's a loving glance, but sometimes it's a dominance stare, and you
Yeah.
can't let them win.
Yeah.
Like if they're staring you down intently because you got like food or like a toy of theirs, and it's like it's a very different stare, and I don't know how to describe it. Like I can tell the difference with Gibbon between a power stance glare and like I love you mommy stare. And sometimes it's obvious. It's like he's like all doe-eyed and like sleepy-eyed, like looking at you like, I love you, mommy. You just know that's what he's
Aw.
thinking. But then like and the other times it's usually situational too, right? Like if I'm telling him to go to place and he's being an obstinate little teenage jerk, or not even a teenage jerk, but just a jerk, and is staring me down, I like step into him like, like we both know that I'm winning this one, buddy. Like, and he
Yeah.
backs down like immediately.
I feel like Ralph doesn't have much of like a dominance
No
stare.
way.
He has such like a dopey face.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just so like it's just so funny. Like he just looks at you and he's just like, "Huh?" He was so me and my boyfriend were on the couch, we're watching something on the laptop,
Mm-hmm.
and Ralph is sitting his back to us,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like watching the laptop as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Hey, Ralph." And instead of like turning around, he's like, he throws his head back with like his mouth open and his tongue is like to the side. And he's just like, "Hey." And he's looking at me and then he's looking at my boyfriend and he's like, "Hey, guys." It's just so like a big dum dum.
That's super cute though.
Yeah.
That's super
Yeah. He always
cute.
has that like dopey look. So cute.
I love the like little dog moments like that. Like to me, like
Mm
it's funny, like even like last night, I was sneaking into the kitchen for a little late night snack, like I shouldn't be doing, but
hmm.
who doesn't want a late night snack? And I was popping myself a bag of popcorn.
Mm.
And so it was like one that came like in a package. It was Farm Boy popcorn. Holla holla Farm Boy popcorn. It's like the best popcorn ever. Um if you're looking for some ads there, Farm Boy, let's boop Snoots.
Hashtag farm boy.
Anyways, so I sneak into the kitchen because I don't want to like shame eating like my little nighttime snack. I quietly sneak into the kitchen and I quietly take out a little bowl and then I open up the bag and then I turn around and Gibbon is like right there. He's like, I know you're getting the popcorn now, Mom. Give me some
Aw,
popcorn. Give me some popcorn. I didn't even hear him come in. He's such a ninja. The popcorn
I
ninja.
bet. Ralph is not a ninja.
No, you can hear him coming
No.
a mile away.
Well, he's actually not bad. No, he's pretty quiet. Except when he has his collar on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Gling, gling, gling,
Clink,
gling,
clink, clink.
gling. Dopey stare.
The dopey stare.
Hmm? That's his voice.
I,
Hmm?
I can't believe people would Google that. Like, why is my dog staring at me? Or why is my dog creepily staring at me? It's just like, really? You got a problem with that?
I was thinking about like what it would be like if I like turn around and Ralph was just like staring at me. Like
That happens to me all the time. And I'm just like, hi. I just talk to them. I'm like, hey, what's up? Why are you staring at me? Like, especially if you give them a pet, then they're going to keep doing it. They're going to be like, oh, if I stare her
Aw.
down, she going to give me some love. All right. The next one on the googly list was my dog just had a seizure.
Mm,
So that's not fun.
no.
And it says, what did I read about in there? So basically, this is the only one where I'm going to agree with the pull out your credit card and go to the vet.
Yeah.
If your dog is seizing, that's not good. But what they suggest is, so they said again, like we mentioned at the beginning, do not panic, do not freak out. Try to make your dog more comfortable. So if they're like literally seizing in the moment, grab a blanket close by or whatever, putting it under their head so they're not like shaking it out and whacking
Yeah.
their noggin against the floor and stuff like that.
Keep them safe.
Keep them safe. Sit with them until the seizure is over. They might act normal when it's done. And if they do, then again, you could choose to go to your vet or see what's going to happen next. Or like if there's vomiting and like frothing of the mouth, I would suggest going to the vet because that tends to be like something not good that you might need some actual like medical help with. But it said if it's like a little quick one that just you're like, what was that? Was it a seizure? Was it not? They said start documenting it right away. So like, is it like, did it happen again? How often is it happening? How long are the seizures for? Like, how long are they lasting? But I would say like, I don't know. It's seizures are such a tricky one because they're like, there's so many different types and lengths and like, is it like grand mal where it's like huge shaking, like rigid like
Yeah.
motions, or is it like just a quick little like where you're like, was that a seizure? Or did he just
Yeah.
like, have a moment there? Like what was that? Like you can't really identify it. I wouldn't suggest running to the vet. And chances are if it is a bigger problem, they're going to seize again anyways. So, maybe keep
Yeah.
an eye on them. If you have someone that can be with your dog for the day, if you're going to work or something like that, maybe put it at home with someone where they can be with the dog and watch them and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I would say,
My parents had a golden retriever.
mm-hmm,
They didn't have her for long because she had epilepsy.
mm-hmm,
And when she had her first seizure, she was extremely tired after. So
mm-hmm.
if your dog has a seizure, expect your dog to be very tired,
And,
like exhausted
and
for
it
a couple of days
and it said
after.
let them sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did say that. It said let them sleep. They're going to be tired.
Yeah.
Yeah, a seizing brain is a tired brain.
Mm-hmm.
Poor doggos. I've never seen a dog have a seizure.
No,
Nope.
I was like terrified. I was young.
Yeah.
I was maybe like 16, 7. No, I
Oh.
was probably 17, 18. And I was just kind of like, oh, what is happening?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's no good.
No. Nope.
What was the other one? Oh yeah, so I went and found another website here, but where it said, and I don't know how good this website is. It's called the Aspen Grove Veterinary Care, and it said the 10 most Google dog questions. So number 1 is why do dogs eat grass? And it said
Mm.
most vets agree that eating grass helps relieve upset stomachs and other gut symptoms. So some dogs, however, seem to just simply enjoy the taste, especially from the moist green earth. Sometimes it's a water thing. Like Gibbon, it's funny, and Gibbon's not a good example because he's got tummy issues out the yin yang, but he eats grass often. Like when we take him even across the street to the park, he goes for
Yeah.
a quick run and then right into the grass, and then he's like nom 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 nom, and not like mowing down on it. It's just like some quick little bites, like
Yeah.
and then he just keeps on going.
Done.
And sometimes he throws up afterwards, but sometimes he doesn't. But I heard that and it says that like it could be an old wives. It says sometimes an old wives' tale is true because most people will tell you that it's for an upset stomach, and I think most of the times it is. So if you notice that your dog's not eating or they have been vomiting and then you let them outside and they start like going to town on the grass, I think it's to help with the stomach.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Agreed.
Agreed.
I found a funny one.
Yes.
Why do dogs have whiskers on their neck?
Neck whiskers.
Hmm.
What?
Call your vet. Call your vet if your dog has
I wonder
whiskers.
I wonder if they mean like on the jowl, like
On the
I'm just yeah,
like here, like on the
like almost like at the base of the chin or the jowl.
yeah.
Like yeah, sorry, I'm just feeling on Gibbs' face now, and I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? But like, yeah, so I
Mm-hmm.
start at like his lips on his bottom teeths, and then I go all the way down, and then they're like underneath the chin, like on the lower jowl.
Yeah.
Why do they? Why do they? Now tell us.
It's a oh wait. Um defense, it says.
Defense? Is it to make them look
Defense.
scary? Do they stick out when they're like puffing out their
Another
chests?
oh this one says under their chin. Let's see. Mm-mm-mm.
I think that
Defense. Another function of the chin whiskers is a potential defense mechanism. The chin whiskers can pick up vibrations that your dog reads. If your dog perceives the information received through these vibrations as a threat, he can use this information against a predator.
that's funny. And it's
Mm.
funny because that's on my list too that I found on this website. So it says, why do dogs have whiskers? And it says whiskers are modified sensory organs, mostly tactile in
Yeah.
function. Touch, air, and vibration stimulate whiskers and send that message to the brain. And this helps with low light movements during running and hunting. Whiskers are also known to help dogs communicate fear or confidence during encounters with other dogs. Ha!
Ooh.
Something to look out for in dog body language.
Yeah.
Because if you're talking bodies.
If there's whiskers like perk up.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean come play with me?
Yeah, what does it mean?
Or does it mean stay back?
I'm gonna start watching dogs. Just like Evan Doggett told me to. I'm gonna just start watching.
Yeah.
Just gonna start watching them. I watch my dog, but I don't always watch the other dogs.
Yeah, it's easier with your dog. You just know what they're thinking.
Yes. So another one of the top Googled questions is, do dogs dream? Of course they do.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
When you see their little paws going.
Exactly.
It's like they're running.
Have you seen the videos online where it's like the dogs are clearly having a dream where they're like sprinting, but then they wake up all of a sudden they run into the wall?
Yeah.
People are gonna think I'm like the most morbid like dog person listening to this show today. I'm like, their stung faces look hilarious. It's hilarious when they wake up and run into the wall.
Run into the wall. Yeah, that dog was obviously dreaming of running.
I love their like little puppy dreams. I love the puppy dreams. They're the cutest when they're like,
yeah. Sometimes they go, they do like a weird like breathing thing.
When Ralph was a wee little bitty babe, did you ever get the like he was still nursing sounds when he was sleeping? Like would you go?
Yeah. Yes. You think he was dreaming of like eating?
Yes. Oh my god, puppies are so cute.
They're so cute, and then their little mouth is like. Oh.
I can remember it happened once, and it was like late at night, and Scrappy, my first dog, Officer Scraps, literally woke up in the middle of a dream with the loudest friggin' howl ever, like the longest drawn out howl of the century.
Oh my god.
Yes. So, yes, dogs dream. Of course they do. And the next question was, why do dogs howl? On that same note.
To communicate.
It said, a howl is a non-specific form of communication behavior. Howls happen with stress or territorial issues. Howling can also simply be a fun activity they do together. Swing by Aspen Grove Doggy Daycare when a train goes by, and you'll see 40 dogs all howling in unison.
Aww.
Oh, that's cute.
Except for your dogs.
Yeah, mine don't. Although Gibbon, I've noticed recently he's starting to get a little bit of a howl on the end of his barks. Like if somebody walks by the house, like he'll be like, row, row, row,
Ralph does that when he yawns in the morning.
Oh yeah.
So he'll yawn and he'd be like, I'm like, okay.
Oh my god, we should totally do. Oh my god, of course my dogs are barking now. Gibbon and I just let him out to go and bark at, somebody going to the park. Hey, somebody's going to the park. Hey, I wonder if we can get the little howl.
Look at me.
I wonder if we can get the howl in. No, maybe not. We should totally do an episode where we like find the funniest like dog sounds going on the interwebs.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's this YouTube video, and I always play it when I meet a new dog, and it's called Guaranteed to Make Your Dog Howl. Mm-hmm. And it's this person filming.
Don't play it for Ralph.
No.
Until he's like older. So he's not like, ooh, I can do this.
It's this person filming their G-Shep in their garage, and there's like an ambulance or a fire truck or something like that going by, and this dog just like howls. Long howlers in. So dogs
It
howl.
worked with Wiggum.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He howled. I didn't think he was going to.
Yeah.
But he did.
Yeah, my it doesn't work on my dogs. The next
Weird.
most Googled question was how to clean your dog's ears, but we talked about that already.
Mm-hmm.
Gauze and apple cider vinegar, folks.
And Vata.
And Vata.
Vata.
This is one that I'm gonna read right now because I've heard different things about this one, and I'm curious to see what these people answered. And it said, "How do you stop dogs from digging?" So some like, and I remember people saying that there's no like, or why do dogs dig? And nobody knows why. So let's see what they say. So it says, one of their professional trainers says, some dogs dig instinctively, and when they develop a habit of digging, it can be very challenging to train them out of it. When you first start the process of breaking the digging habit, make sure your dog is getting plenty of exercise and is never left unattended in the yard for any reason. Invest in a kennel to keep your dog in when you are away from the house. Ensure the kennel is the proper. So she's just telling you how to train them out of it. Designate a place for your dog to dig, such as a sandbox. To attract your dog to the designated area, regularly toss and bury some milk bones or other treats. Yeah, but that's teaching them to dig.
Yeah, but maybe just in that one area.
Yeah.
I know sometimes like dogs dig to get like a cooler area to lie down in.
Yeah, when they make like a little like cool like dirt hole for them to be like, ooh, I'm hot.
But some dogs just dig to dig.
I'm a hot dog.
Hot diggity dog.
Hot diggity dog. I think I have another video on my phone of Becky and Sir Officer Scraps after a super hot day where my dad took them for a walk, and they came back and I literally thought they were going to pass out. They were like hyper ventilating, panting. Like they were like,
oh.
I've never heard of faster panting in my life.
Oh my God.
And they were like just laying on the tile floor. And I was like, those are some hot dogs. Hot diggity dog.
Dog. Hot diggity dogs.
Oh man. All right. Well, that's all I got.
Is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Heidi has lost it.
I have lost it. I don't know why. I think I might have the tired giggles. So a giggly.
It's a good time to end the episode.
Yes, a giggly googly. Thank you for tuning in on Let's Boop Snoots. See you next week.
Join us next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.